From F4, and I'm say plane no be chairman. The plane be chairman, the woman say plane abo. And I'm tracing some call akwa na me call no na plane so abo ha, plane ahye. Nipa omo no. Me de mani hu ya be nipa trade here. You so mo plane ma omo nyina ahye ba ko plane wa. Otimi survive here omo nyina ahye. Sa na me ko hu ye. Ansa na million mo ba ama ye nyina ya kwa akwa de me hu ya no.
Were on board, and perhaps that's the reason why this news conference is happening in some fear, and you can clearly see the body language of Fearless, clearly dejected. Yeah, so the body language tells you something really, had gone on.
The presidential jet Falcon 900 EX Easy registration number 9GEXE was unavailable on Thursday, 22nd May 2025, when the Vice President returned to Ghana. The aircraft has been undergoing a 24-monthly or 1,600 flight hour inspection in France since 11th March 2025. After a series of postponements of when the jet was to return to Ghana due to risky multifocal massive defects identified and being worked on, the inspection is expected to be completed by 31st July 2025. There is corrosion in the air intake plug receptacle of the second engine of the aircraft, intermittent tripping of the starter generator of the second engine. There's a need to install a new turbo fan. Being more specific, the fuel tank is also corroded, the left-hand feeder tank corroded, right-hand feeder tank corroded, left-hand center wing tank heavily corroded, right-hand center wing tank heavily corroded. The turbo fan also heavily corroded.
If you are an MP, wallahi, and you take a dime on that constituency and chop it on the day of judgment, you will account to the people. You will. And that is one thing many politicians are not aware of. If you take a dime that belongs to the state or the constituency on the day of judgment, you will account to every single individual who lives in that country or who lives in that constituency.
The president is down emotionally. We pray that God will give him the fortitude and the Ghanaian people to accept this tragic loss.
Yeah, Chimo, I'm better, Obetoha. Utran, you could have gone to maybe a Obepa someone. You bet it was one could have bloomed, sir. When you room pens will be Susua, yes, a walk of Obla. Obeblessa, Uyan says, Kowale. Utran, I want to go around, who will be better than yes, I got that. Obasa, and when she could, yes, he will be sad away. Super, to be someone as serious as good. It's me. I was asking so.
Way a Black Wednesday. I will hold that. And I am cabin shemu. You're not sorry, your crampo. And yet, say the Ghana Army around 9:12 a.m. Mpenifo pa atu bata say omoko oboase all because of illegal mining cause oboase na kwane nye ntino na etwa say ye penentem ayi nentem akwa abadia na say fa flight edekoba na flight a mpenifo ya mi bagbo mu din efaye Ghana Air Force Z9 helicopter na enam Ashanti region airport boase no ye hu de ye according to Eyewitness for forest kesepa wo boase omere se omo afuom edo forest ni mu omo se helicopter yi nam yema na ahyase e ba fom na kekrekrekrekre dwebubu ye beti na eja kese pa a wusie edikan enamu na ne enim se eye Ghana Air Force Z9 helicopter yi anase helicopter foforo anase private jet bi anase flight foforo bi na nche ana Ghana Army any letter tintin ba say in fact letter kwale tintin etitia pa na so mu kan na say omo flight etufu omo so ye ana omo kache eko oboase awa Ashanti region no omo hwe kwan ya na babia no okono omo hwe omo no anche kra and according to Eyewitness for any information ba say flights bi abeto ewo oboase adanse kromu na Jesus Christ anienya na ye chief of staff Julius Debra asamno edin ne kan kana but the asuma no beda ka so nko yese yesmo banyansafo na yesmo na motenten ndi papa nje pene kanani so hye nani ase the handkerchief pepa nani ebe gina ho se bema kasaye na mbom no tuze ni mu na osu na Ghana ni bia boto ene ufa Ghana bontin so bia from Greater Accra to Ashanti region Bono ahafo Bono East ahafo Northern region ugo pemu Tamale Savannah region Upper East and Upper West Central region Western region the entire Eastern region in Ghana will be able to. This is one of the first time a man say a politician a Lucy Nekra not Ghana for Rahu because for the first time for so many years politicians are your power almost so omunijuma and serve Ghana for no almost serve your interest in the line of their duty. Na say ana chief of staff introduce and as obubo dia the 8 members 3 crew anomia asrafo soja4 omuna na area say ometu the Z9 helicopter edeko piem wo boase ana 5 passengers omo government appointees tananka omo hwese empenifo ba ko duro boase na entokwa yi na yekun edietia aye galamse no na bewie peyo. The Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, Dr. Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, Tamale Central, plane crash here. The Defense Minister, Honorable Dr. Edward Omani Buama, na papai mekanas machro, ope obia onim John Dramani Mahama, the president of Ghana, onim ye pae na dan for pa. Dr. Omani Buama, one person. Parliament or ma as member of Parliament that. But since 2012, 2016, ABC the coming of John Dramani Mahama, all this while Ninano or serve as a minister. The acting deputy national security coordinator Alhaji Munir Mohammed Lumina Papa so no so can be and this vice chairman the vice chairman ma Johnson Asedun Ketia Dr. Samuel Sapon, former parliamentary candidate Edema Obuase no so can be Mr. Samuel Abuaje was squadron leader. Peter a flying officer. Anna Chum Ampadu Sergeant NS Adu a members and as crew members are no omoka the 5 passengers are omo from na say ana ye chief of staff agudro so kana ni say pepa na ni so announce the tragic death of the 8 heroes are because of certain people personal parochial interest. So Omega Galamsey because for them adwuma ni Ghana and omu here scan so do ti Galamsey no metima ye yeni na ya nya bie no omdom so omu ye bi enti in a bid to solve or to decrease that menace na happen no. This is the tragic death our chief of staff Julius Debra announced actually Ghana for and then 6th August 2025 a Black Wednesday for Ghana.
Persons in the tragic crash. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Muhammad Lemona, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, and Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country. All flags are to fly at half-mast until further notice.
Now, Chief of Staff, every no okase Ghana for say, baby be a Ghana your flag e will be ano. Yellow one to half. Is also say e be full. Na ye pagya na ko wiem. Na sense wiem kire say Ghana for your kunimdie afra aya ready. Say Ghana eye sundwe man eye man a e don ne man for na sa do afofofo no. Oye nie kase atoye. Enti bebi edu no a national emergency. Ya lusi obibi ba nipa ba ko a ono na ebo yeni na ye ho ban afri afofofo a mu free abonten aba attack ye. Any one a wo free inside aba attack ye. The Minister of Defense Dr. Edward Omane-Boamah. There ono so ndako he yensa aseso said the beya afofofo ntimi mfa mo pe ense yensa ase. Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad. Any afofofo no maka omo numbers edu watwe 8. Enti your flag no o announce say ye lowani na into half. So when say Ghana for na ku Dr. Omane-Boamah. Omoku Dr. Ibrahim Murtala. Omoku 8 people here. We got say na Ghana for asuku mo. Twan to boase. Na answer na mede manu besi no. Me che odinti a me ne wumienu including the president, including minority and majority, including ye Ghana. Ye ne ye ha e ma sa nipa 80 afrimu. Just like nipa 15 year na mo ko nhemu e ba ya na mo esan aba. Ye fa asuku mo. We are enablers of this chaotic things that happen to Ghana. When we say at the very time Ghana army for sure say who say as omu helicopter na omu tracy say e kwakosi obuase no e ya yira kwan no. Omu try say omu we ka omu ho aye bibia fast. But unfortunately the time omu nya feedback next plane a crash ashe dwebe. Nipa ewo mu na no yentimi mfa nsan nya omanim say the sutie ni biu. Na me kire obuase kwan. Baby e to gold obuase gold face ewo kwan ya hodo a eda ho. The way a flat afa. Sa kwan ni na. Meanwhile ye de gold ama awo abrofo emomu di husika. They are becoming billionaires in dollars. But ye kwan kran ho emfa. So a necessity say something for what we the only route I'll make to mafa and they are saving your environment. Also make to private jets. And also ne maintenance. Kwano enye hweke to ebi say aye ofe aye kwan a office obi pentem akoya ade obi wo emergency as of ade a obetimi afasa kwa no so.
This is the state of the Pokwase to Insawon road that has been abandoned for almost 3 months. This is around Kumsi satellite as of 5th August 2025. Let's look at the state of the road. And there is no work being done on it for almost 3 months.
Now, unim sir, inim proud to say, yebenya nipa baako watch 80, including the Defense Minister of Ghana, Dr. Edward Buama, Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, our Environment Minister. Answer na ebe so sani pamienu plus ensia aka ebebenya accident on the 19th of May 2024. Look, video bi na mabonten. Mondays regarding that video. Na yes, that video no. And nya accident no. And yes, jet na nya accident no. It's not true. Sa jet nya accident on the 19th of May 2024. In the own social media said the current jet Z9 helicopter no Ghana Army for jet no. Eno na enye sa accident na nya no a. Eno ehye ahedwere be ahyeshi mu nipa nyina. Sa particular jet yetimi ye amonfo free mu medical hospital. Esi ewo bia ye be frɛ no Bosukrom our Ahanta West. The same Ghana Army jet, because of lack of service, and also go accident. Obega say in recent times India yatibi Iran Prime Minister, Defense Minister konya accident. Yahu several aeroplanes, private jets are even belonging to high people are or more into governance in the Asian and in Europe. But at the end of the year, two different. Yet, and yet because bad weather and quantity, and because of lack of maintenance. Now, over here, this Nipana never won. Dr. Buama, just some 2 weeks ago, government accountability series. Papa nanum tong plane fa. When you said the NCA name you me anusi and give it more to crash and say. Because imagine if the president of the land, not him be. And if the defense minister thinks says jets no are fit enough to travel, means that the president trusts and say fit enough so be travel. Go back to Matanambi. And the anka oyedi na atwe no and kebe chen de ye. Dr. Buama catch government accountability reset. Ghana, your presidential jet, Akoka France. Because the previous administration, lack of maintenance in tea. Any good state. And the Abra Ghana for say the president, John Dramani Mahama, the Nimia, Ibrahim Mahama. The private jet, any two pano. And at the end of the Ibrahim Mahama jet you took. Or yes, we are, and one man benefits, conflict of interest, and they can't focus here. No witness. Actual situation, and the actual situation is your presidential jet, no, you saying your maintenance, Ghana Libya Subai, lack of maintenance culture. Your stadiums, Nina Yaseno, your schools, Nina Yaseno, your hospitals, Nina Yaseno, your intermediate painting, your intermediate renovation, your intermediate. Into your private jet to crown a security zone at the Mayeno. You have to maintain in Akoka France. Akoka France. Now, Orion Okase, other military jets are the operation of Ghana, as well fought. It means that even the best one a woman, and a fire, and the Cobuasino. We in the Cosi, we, and some of the late. Asempow. Deportias and Ra, now ye, and none of Panotias, and then. A dear the friend the late. The late Defense Minister, Dr. Buama, as some of catching of government accountability series about your presidential jets and the other jets. According to Reverend Intim Fojo, our member of parliament, the MPP, our the minority side, I say, hey, any is for Munya propaganda no. Some new jet among Canyon. We all thought a joke, normal politics, and a politics. ene papa no jet na okan wasem no okuno.
The presidential jet Falcon 900 EX easy registration number 9GEXE was unavailable on Thursday 22nd May 2025 when the Vice President returned to Ghana. The aircraft has been undergoing a 24 monthly or 1,600 flight hour inspection in France since 11th March 2025. After a series of postponements of when the jet was to return to Ghana due to risky multifocal massive defects identified and being worked on, the inspection is expected to be completed by 31st July 2025. There is corrosion in the air intake plug receptacle of the second engine of the aircraft, intermittent tripping of the starter generator of the second engine. There's a need to install a new turbo fan. Being more specific, the fuel tank is also corroded, the left-hand feeder tank corroded, right-hand feeder tank corroded, left-hand center wing tank heavily corroded, right-hand center wing tank heavily corroded. The turbo fan also heavily corroded. What I can say is, rather than situate it within the context of MPP administration, NDC administration, let us look at it as a corroded aircraft that requires massive works. Initially, when the aircraft left the shores of Ghana on the 11th, the indicative date was to return in 2 weeks. 4 months on, just this morning, I have received additional information that even the end of month cannot be sustained. And so we should be expecting it beyond the end of this month. What that means is that it will be going beyond 4 months. Most importantly is, this is an aircraft that doesn't just service the executive, it services the legislature, sometimes other arms of government, and sometimes different institutions in the country. These defects, we are trying to fix them, but they keep on identifying new defects as they fix them. And one serious aspect of the identification is that when they realized that the turbofan was heavily corroded and it required replacement, the company did not have readily available spare. This has deeper implication.
Okay, so as you know, that time no, you are funny serious. Oh, one funny serious. Miss one funny serious. You never find us agro. The boy. Yes. Now, and right, yay, on the 5th of August 2025, the Minister of Environment and Technology, Honorable Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, Eka sembi ama mera ho. Ufanche me send them me black because me bese be hu di me hu. Oka say every single day no oda bia no sorry a odwini wo hu. Nti ema de bia no onya hombrase ema ne mpre ajapade dodo. Papa yi asevo in Ghana Parliament sanka otimi twae ikodu 2028 a nkebe ne third time in Parliament. Oba abamu in 2012, equally 2016, John Dramani Mahama Penso, Benya Minister, Deputy Minister. 2016, Olusun election. Our non-tom constituency. Inusa Ibrahim, step down so on to us so any member of Parliament Bureau. Papa Efeno Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, eko take over the Tamale Central ebe gain power in 2020 in 2024 yesa to abama na owini election we no oka about humility at the same time enra before say enebedru na we free mu no he spoke about humility and not looking for too much wealth. Now unfortunately papa no na kuma pa ene na home rasia wo de magana wa nyini anche and some kind of radio so owini election in 2024 and some was a kind any
no day passes without me Mutala thinking of death. And that day, when I said, I think, what can you keep? So that material vanity, it doesn't shape my life or my world. No.
If you are an MP, wallahi, and you take a dime on that constituency and chop it on the day of judgment, you will account to the people. You will. And that is one thing many politicians are not aware of. If you take a dime that belongs to the state or the constituency on the day of judgment, you will account to every single individual who lives in that country or who lives in that constituency. Will you be able to justify this in the sight of Allah? Will you be able to do that? The challenges confronting us in this country is corruption. The challenges. I'm not a saint, but at least you do your possible best to avoid it. I don't have money. What I have, what I get is my salary. And wallahi, not a dime of Tamale Central has ever touched my tongue or bought a book for my son or my daughter. Because I know that I will account for it. And our society today, if you don't have money, you have no value in our society. The moment you are given appointment, your family thinks that their lives have changed. The moment you have a small opportunity, people think that you must provide. If you don't have, they disrespect you. And that has pushed several politicians to engage in corruption. That pushed people. And I am particularly worried. I am worried for myself as a Muslim. And I'm worried because which have I spent that I didn't need to spend? Which have I spent inadvertently or unknowingly that I shall account for it? That should be a profound worry. That should be a worry to everybody. But we don't seem to care. They don't respect you. Even your colleagues won't value you because they think that you don't have the money they have in this country. There are politicians who could not even rent a room. And then they are busy putting up skyscrapers. Haven't they been told about the death of other politicians? Haven't they been told that there are politicians who had it all and they are no more? That is something that is profound heavy on me.
Video here that screen is no say Dr. Manebwama. Ni amanfo na nam kama. Nanu ye ana nkwala bia no modi dem sebi. Obo omo e presi kama omo yom operation as the social responsibility to cater for the needy. But in the wako assembly see no ebo obi apusa. But now here say after the confirmation of the chief of staff Julius Debra NDC for the donor mo ben Dr. Manebwama ni krom edi America ekopie mu ewo ni fie ewo kofridia Serbia omeboa ne abusuafo agam na abusuafo mo ho yirayira omo ba ne serve oman kronkron Ghana in the line of service. The duty na or serve Ghana no. And we no e fie. And we no wasamompom. Na asa we no bia wodi woni hwe enye ye. Yede emunu kwa koma busia for san. De bia mpa bia metabo isore anopa. Sinyankopon wo ni de minsuro. Ebeba emra. Na mom no mane nye breaking news. Ewu ye breaking news. Na wo a ye de wufunu eko na ye ntimi nyamo enkraw for the last time because body ni cry ba no ha enye eni si fo mu ko pie mu o mane bu ama me fie na bu so fie wo ko fradua no sei no mu jam Assembly see no yenya assemblyman bia na owo fom at that time ohudie na ese ni na kwan a jet ne fa so ese fa na fom kwan a fa so ba fom eni kwan mo fa to titi se asase awoso amanwie sha se bubu ebi tutu emo di ho America so omo kopa di asie no mo koduru ye no mo hu ye odi hu komo e de kire ye na ya se fempa
plane ni betwam na me wa fom ebi tie betwam o me fom plane no na wa fom de nti akwa de mi wan se mete guran ti mete guran am se a plane de abofom nti mi jam de mi ye nyina se me kwa akọhwe da bi a ade ne toy nti mi nam forest ni mu sa na me koy nti mi koy no so plane no aboho ahye enipa wom onwo mo nyina so aye dey ahye obi ani wa otimi so ba ro ikra o nyina ahye plane de ni nyina ahye kra ahye isi ane de metimi aka se nipa be 3 de nipa be 3 de ba ko ne de ohun se nipa ni ba to mo ma ka ne de ohu omo ma ka ne ohu omo ma ka ne ohu ba ko ne de ohun se nipa ni na no kra no ne na nyina ampo ni ho aka ni se ni so na ne bu ni se ne na obo se oda ho omo ma ka ne de ejana ye no ohu ni se o ye oba o so ye be ma o de na nya hwe kwa na na eko na nya hwe entoto enya hwe tebe chemu na me ya so se bia ebo na na asiniti wa hunu ekwan ni ana ode ko bo eduani mu a e ma accident bi si ye who ne color is very common na say white and black visa plane on kasa de na me se ne boleshi ti na ofo ba ni pa fo ni hu o ma no no ba ko pe na do nse ni fo mu se nya ba ni mu se ana hu ni sa ana hu ni didi o di
obi we say na John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land papa no wan ade no nkasa e ade enye ono na ebe kasa na chief of staff na e kasa. In fact, obi oni John Dramani Mahama bi say na nusu emre onye obi a edu sa mre ya na kukuduro so ewo soro. According to your education minister, also member of parliament Edema Tamale South, Honorable Aruna Idrisu, papa no akasa wo awrehuo mu sumu because eni nua ono Tamale South Muntala Mohammed e wo Tamale Central enti obi onim no pa nim ni ye pa omu na ye dogo mafo omu fi Tamale enti ono de ni nua prakope na afiri but oda kukuduro ebe kasa because John Dramani Mahama, the president of the land, asuma no enti na so ebe kasa o say Semonte John Dramani Mahama kan if he say wo boto say eye wo ya wa ebia unim sebi Dr. Omane Buama o men no oni ni nkita ho oni ni number on friend da on friend da kura unhia na da no say wo aho na eye wo ya na utwa adwado esu a imagine John Dramani Mahama na dan for pa eye papa e friend Dr. Edward Omane Buama ono ene ba ne be communication minister obi an say ono John Dramani Mahama we communication expert o masters in communication enti so obeji obi an na o health personnel so on be communication minister environment no it takes someone or trusted no man be say adwuma no yes every president bia no the first important position na be mu minister of defense because president na mu no ono and a commander in chief of the army into oyi minister of defense go for soldier for onko pe obi a okan an obeka debi obi a ogini di trust ni so the trusted bosom friend and if you so ene se se mi kase Lordina Mahama ye na yere krampo ntimi konsole no into mo jan pe e de ma na wo hye dem jena no poku try say okasa kire ni nua be ma amfa chief of staff na bi so okasa kire no amfa empenifo mo flat staff house mo bi so mo try kasa a super I'm see the president John Dramani Mahama also awie Yesu kitwa nti aredrisu e ka say enu nti John Dramani Mahama ama kwan say the vice president Jena no poku mensa and taking every effective decision be abeboa ama yehu say ye bebre sa oyenye na ekoso Ghana no asikakra na busuafo benya hyeden na Ghana fo ebenya hyeden
on their way to Oldboga to launch cooperative mining initiative. The president is down emotionally. We pray that God will give him the fortitude and the Ghanaian people to accept this tragic loss. Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Jenana, is now leading a government delegation to formally, but albeit with difficulty, go and convey the sad passing of our colleague Dr. Mahama, Dr. Mutala Mohammed Haji Mutala Mohammed, and comrades Samuel. So the Vice President has considered a team, one led by Indigenous Government National Chairman, supported by the Army Commander, and the other team will visit the two other families, and the family will visit the Tabrani tomorrow to accept our sympathies and condolences. Very difficult for all of us.
Now, with that, and unnecessary say the Minister of Communication, Edema Ghana, Abrantia, your friend, no, Sam Nate George, or letter Kitwebi, the Beto X, no so, and I said Twitter, and so. Or say, I plead with you to show some restraint and decorum in this trying moment. Let us have respect for the families of the departed and stop spreading those unwholesome videos. I beg you to all show some empathy and humanity. These are very difficult moments for us all. Rest in peace, Honorable Muntala Mohammed. Rest in peace, Dr. Omane Buama. Ghana has lost true patriots, both intelligent and fearless leaders. Your voice will forever echo. Rest in peace to Honorable Omane Buama and the other brave souls who perished. This is a deep wound for the nation. May all their souls rest in perfect peace. Tinokrakwa ne se mo a sebi mo nsaka video ni bi ye na yahubi pictures no at least the involved the share kakra na ye okay video na ni per share no bato yesemo omo abusia omo yire no minim kra no se honorable Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed doctor o mama yensa wo yire nti imagine say na yire anane ba eko chance on the video na obeya zoomi say ne papa na ehie no say ye wo ahompe nti misramo the Minister of Communications am na tejo say monto mo boase e wo ho na share no adoso yen na ye jam yen na epesi hu DC ye but enye nyemani na to extreme in this issue at the same time the same thing no can fa Dr. Omaneboama ene nipansia na e ka omo omo na ehuyan nti monya to boase e wo ne ma mo cheni Yesu ye jam ye diare ho tien kasanche enye kasatenten wey e naked truth Oldboga trends mensem e simape inti engosi da ben and because we can rest in perfect peace when our attitude and conduct will continue to be the witch that hunts us to our death. Papa ne kano 2 weeks ago say a private jet meaning like maintenance. Your presidential jet, and to me your president also to me at any moment because of jet. Omo nam kwasu omo nam wiem ewu. Kwanya ya nyere ho nye ye na dey politics. And ye 10,000 kilometers of road even when they know say evidentially they have not done that. And your private jet you know okay even when we know per forensic investigation and you okay. Wey yebesu ajam we have lost great souls. Omo almost 7 minor. And for the first time I'm telling you for the fact said Ghanaians are sad, very sad. Said the last time I heard said Ghana me I so sad about a politician death. John Evans Atam is late. The last president. Not because we felt he was perfect, but we knew so wholeheartedly he wanted to do something good for Ghana. I know who in the line of duty. If you was a John Befree Ghana for Esrebu say JB dan ko obi fa tuo koku no Ghana for anka e okay. If you want other state people are parliamentarians minimum coming about 4 parliamentarians John Kumamo nanu ye kwatia MP omu na free Ghana for charge ado ye nsumpo because we think they punish us and they are supposed to even die. We are even cursing them to die. But for the first time in 7 months, Ghanaians are really worried. And then, menam krom, di moto nam krom ni na, among for esu. You could see people sharing tears. And then some of them are not like Ayo moya. Meaning says Ghana for most every year. Se bibi too much at 3 years. Ye who say mo ye nuanom mo ye branom mo ye busuafo enti mo ye hand ye politics knowing very well say the defense minister was speaking to something that is very important. Now we saw the for confirm jet e dey akwa akonso mo protect Ghana now mo jet no e be ku mo kura say mo duru ntakwa no wa nyansa be na ewom na defense minister na ewu sa akoko yi menu mi no de be wu sa dan ye be wu sa kotre sa akoko de ewu kura na ne yenye ni pare kotre ye be wu ne aboye ball atu bebi say yankoda ho nyempro o defense minister na ewu sa no o environment minister na ewu sa no. So do you think menu mi no is safe? Everything in Ghana here is politics a NPP DC ade a nipa ne kan no ya twa mo na ewu na no ye yenya titani o kan about road accident. When we said 2 days pepe anaka ekokuno ono anaka ekuno road so now you a defense minister wakasa ediafa how your jet ni na issues ama president dey no dey go France akoso no France nyangobo no ko na bo ano koso wi about jet na ka France Because we have people who served 8 years, they didn't maintain it. Said your buses, STC, move maintaining, Metro Mass, move maintaining, Ayoluba, maintaining, electric bus, maintaining. Everything in Ghana here does not get maintenance. Baby, I can't. Ghanaians lack maintenance culture. I brought for an acre. Ghanaians lack maintenance culture. It's just an English word. Hey, bravo. Today, a lot of people are sad. People are going to cry. Families have lost their breadwinners. A man for anka omune pebi anedi ba fie mama for nya biedi omawu kwa edeko. Because mienu enim say bia in Ghana a politics. Afei na ewu aba na obi antimi nka hwe ana afei rest in peace. Rest in what peace? Wouldn't there trust what asemado? Do you know what is there? Wouldn't there trust what? No one should rest in peace and no rest in peace. When deliberately you and I, the country, so tell me, what is it worth to save Ghana? Tell me, what is it worth to save Ghana? And for so bad, and a was war, say Ghana, Odo Kra, Wakuma, Umoja, Eberson Ghana, for so bad, granny so. And for so bad, who crazy, any so. Sanaba, Diaba, Naba, in area ho. Na Yesun, Ehem, Ejai, Ejane. Meaning say, after all this, that day, if we are better not see Adrian, I hope and pray, same fan for politicism. And Quest and I, when a man service and a buyer, and I'm a buyer and a man and a man service, yempe. For the first time, MPP in DC, Ghana ni bianye Ghana ni, may solve this problem once and for all. Way me naked truth, for also naked truth, to comment section I say. Dear na wadrin war. Dear CNA, dear Nayati ni, nipa baku 8. Omoko akohe obuase. Galam say hun yama yes say environment may issue say. Omo baby omoko. Yes, bad weather, but till now, the Ghana Army and for official report in my Ghana government and for official report in my, but per the unconfirmed reports, HSA a bad weather. But already now, Minister of Defense the Ghana catch and I said jet ni nano in good shape. In the any accident, unfortunately, 8 members now work body nan omuni na bako kra ahome ubia ashedwebe. Subscribe, like it, na share mo unya esunya biwe. We a naked truth on Oldboga trends. Edino, a Maxi Billian, Macra. Bye bye.